We are being faced by challenges each and every other single day. May it be an economic meltdown. You've lost your job. Maybe you're not understanding your partner. Maybe someone talked to you badly. Your business is not running well. All these insurmountable challenges, they can be dealt by one thing: inner peace. That is emotional intelligence. You know, things don't happen to us, they actually happen for us. This is the whole aspect in emotional intelligence, whereby things happen for our beneficial, not to our detriment. Every other situation that you're in or you find yourself in, taking it positively or thinking that that is happening for your beneficial, that is happening for you to be fine or to be better or to grow. Even when you find yourself in a challenge, this is not just a challenge to put you down, but to actually get you up again. For example, a seed is placed under the earth, not to be buried, but actually for it to sprout out and grow. As human beings, we have this power in us, but unfortunately most of us are not able to build up on it because either one, we don't know about it, or two, we are just ignorant or arrogant about it. Emotional intelligence is one of the greatest power as human beings we do have over the machines or even over animals. We are at a day and age whereby there are all these machines which can be able to perform human activities, but there's one thing that they cannot be able to achieve: emotional intelligence. And that is one great power as human beings we do have. Now, if we can be able to unpack this great word, emotional intelligence, what does that actually mean? Emotional intelligence basically means understanding our emotions and knowing our environment. Our emotions and emotions of those who are around us, and understanding the emotions that are backing up behavior. There are several elements about emotional intelligence which you're going to look up later on, but first let us understand these emotions that actually paint our behaviors. Where are they coming from? As human beings, we do feel things. We do experience feelings. Feelings that are backed up by our patterns of thoughts or our experiences in life. And these are things that feed into our emotional intelligence. As a human being, having an intelligent emotion is actually a plus. Back in the 121 AD, the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who actually had great amounts of challenges, expressed in his meditations that inner peace is the greatest of all achievements. He was a leader who, even his son was ill. Himself, he contracted an illness, and he didn't shake up his countrymen. We are being faced by challenges each and every other single day. May it be an economic meltdown. You've lost your job. Maybe you're not understanding your partner. Maybe someone talked to you badly. Your business is not running well. All these insurmountable challenges, they can be dealt by one thing: inner peace. That is emotional intelligence. Understanding your environment. Understanding that you actually don't need to answer someone in anger. You need to take time and respond with wisdom. Emotional intelligence is not only important for leaders, but also for us as commoners. Let me use that word. Not that we are commoners, but as human beings, We all need emotional intelligence in dealing with each and every aspect of our lives. May it be in our businesses, may it be in our education, may it be in our families. Wherever you are, you need high emotional intelligence. Because when you are a person who understands or who is walk into their emotions, you will walk through this life quite peacefully. And let's look at this picture of a sailor in the sea. No matter how hard the sea beats the sailor, he or she cannot change the sea. What he can or she can is to change his tacts or her tacts of sailing through the sea. No matter the kind of challenges that you're facing, as long as you have a solid emotional intelligence, as long as you're solid inside in terms of peace, you can be able to take any kind of challenge. Trust you me. No matter any kind of economic meltdown, no matter how many times you lose your jobs or you lose your contracts, as long as you work, or as long as you understand where your peace comes from, you can be able to rise up again and fight on and take on any challenge. I do believe that there are so many challenges as human beings we experience every day. But as long as your head space, your heart space, your peace is anchored, your emotions are anchored well, you can take on any kind of challenge. And when you look at the elements that are under emotional intelligence, there are around 5. We're going to look into them. And the first one is self-awareness. Self-awareness is one key role that cut across almost every other phase of our lives. As long as you don't understand yourself, you can't understand other people. That's basic as it is. Self-awareness is the door to understanding the world. As long as you can be able to enter through the door of self-awareness, the world is at your display. You can look at it from any angle. As long as you understand that actually this situation that I'm going through, it is not happening to me. It is happening for me to be okay, for me to be better. Because persistence breeds a strength personality. As long as you're persistent in achieving something, as long as you're persistent in keeping at something, it breeds some certain level of strength that is inside of you. Self-awareness is the door for you to be able to achieve anything. The second level or the second element is self-regulation. Many of us don't like to be criticized. And how much is it important to criticize yourself? Looking yourself in the mirror and say, I know I've not done this well. I can be able to do this better. You don't need another person to tell you. You can be able to regulate yourself. You're not just pigaing sherehe. There is that moderation that you can be able to keep yourself at. You can be able to take anything in moderation. Probably someone answered you in a very bad way. You can regulate yourself. Take the 3 or 2 minutes. Relax. Sip some water. And then go and tell them, by the way, I didn't like the way you responded to me, but I take your criticism. Or by the way, this is not how you respond to someone. There is so much value in taking time off, checking your emotions, regulating yourself, and being able to respond. Taking every situation and answering instantly, sometimes it might not help because you're not able to see the perspectives of things. Self-regulation calls you to take some time off a decision, to take some time off a place, to get back to a place where you can be able to see a better perspective towards things. This is where you're going to say, allow me to sleep over it. Allow me to think about it. Allow me to check every other method in which we undertook to arrive at this point. Self-regulation is quite important because it is now the light that shines inside of you to see if there is any kind of wrong or any kind of doubt that is inside of you for you to sift it out. Self-regulation really helps in emotional intelligence, in building up your emotional intelligence. The other part, the other element is motivate. The word motivate is actually checking your motive. Your motive is what drives you. Yes, you have an awareness of self. You're regulating yourself. How are you going to regulate what you don't know? And as you regulate, you're regulating yourself against what? Your motives. Now that is the element under which we are talking about motivation. Bringing up every other motive, aligning it in accordance to your purpose and your vision. Your desire for life, your desire in achieving a certain career. You're checking every motive so that you can be at peace, so that you can be clear in terms of thought, in terms of vision, in terms of where you need to go. It is quite important to check our motives every single morning, especially when we wake up, because it drives us. It's what motivates us. It's what calls that energy that is in us, because I know as long as I need to achieve this, I need to go for this. Since I know if I need to get better production, I will go. My motive is to get better production. I'll go to Tag House because these guys do the thing. My motive is clear. My goal is clear. I know where I need to go. I know where I need to be. I know where I need to be at. And that's where I'm going. Because that's my motivation. Motivation is the fuel in the engine. Motivation is the power. Motivation is the gas. Motivation is what is inside of you that is calling that greatness. Check your motives each and every single moment. The other part under emotional intelligence is actually empathy. The first three are of self, the other two are of our surrounding. Empathy. Empathy basically means putting yourself into the other person's shoe. Yes, we might not fit in them, but we are going to understand their situation better. I might not know the situation where one might mean to lose a job, but by me putting myself into their shoe makes me understand maybe the pain of paying rent, the pain of feeding a family, the pain of waking up each and every day trying to look for a job. That is empathy. That is you understanding the other person. That is you opening the door for the other person so that you can be able to see the world on how they are able to see. This helps you in arriving at decisions because you're not just going to judge someone, but what they do, but what they say, because you are trying to understand where is this person really coming from. Maybe they've had bad experiences since back in the days, and this is how they've been used to as a coping mechanism. As an empathetic person, you'll feel them, you'll feel their pain, and you'll help them getting out of certain situations. Emotional intelligence is quite integral in our society. It is quite integral, not only in dealing with our lives, but also dealing with other people. You're able to call greatness out of people because you're empathetic. You can see the diamond in them and you reach out to mine it. I believe we are called upon as human beings for greater emotional intelligence. The final fifth part of emotional intelligence is social skills, interpersonal skills. How are you able to actually relate with people in the society? The social skills are quite important. How are you able to communicate your thoughts? How are you able to listen to people? Unfortunately, most of us actually listen to question, but we don't listen to hear. Listen and see, where is this person coming from? Listen and learn and study this behavior. What is the emotion that is backing this behavior? What is the emotion that is backing some certain thoughts? In such moments, you're able now to have a better perspective as to how someone views their lives. Emotional intelligence is backed up by all these 5 elements. The first 3 elements are ourselves, the other 2 are our environments. How are we be able to understand our environments? Our environments are in devastated points at the moment. We are having so many people lose their jobs. We are having so many people being struck up by debt. But I believe we can rise above all these challenges. We can be able to sail through the sea. We can't change what is happening around us, but we can actually change how we are responding to what is happening around us. By what is in our hearts, by building our emotional intelligence, by building our emotional toughness. You can do it. You can be able to rise up above any challenge and be a person of greatness. Our person for today is Marcus Aurelius. Even 2,000 years later, his meditations on peace still speak to us. You can build a great country, a great continent, a great state just by building a great state of peace in your heart. You can do it. I can do it. Let's get it done. Till next time, let's build a highly emotionally intelligent human being.